Now, let me discuss with you another concept. So far, I have told you the relationship between the distribution of biodiversity and the latitude. So, with increase in latitude, there is a decrease in biodiversity. Now, let me tell you something about altitude. Let's see, this is a mountain range. And you see, this is the snow covered peak, right? The tip of the mountain. So by default, this is the tundra, the cold desert, which you were experiencing in the North Pole and the South Pole, right? Now, when you travel up this mountain like this, you will see the foothills. The foothills of the mountain would have much biodiversity. The foothill would have much biodiversity. And as you move up, after a certain height, you cannot see any trees. You can only experience the naked, the barren rocks. So, the limit till which you can experience the trees would be considered to be the tree line, beyond which condition becomes extremely unfavorable. And what are those unfavorability? Number one, the slope of the terrain. It is extremely high. So when the slope is stiff, the water would always flow down very fast. So virtually the soil is dry. Number two, the wind pressure is extremely high if you move up towards your peak. So due to extreme high velocity of wind, steep slope and less oxygen pressure, now these makes things very, very torturous for the growth of plants. So instead of tall trees, you would experience some short herbs, shrubs, and especially lichens, which are very much, they are holding the surface of the rocks. They're prostrate, they're never erect. So whenever you visit any ecosystem, try to analyze yourself, how come the environmental condition is pressurizing the growth of flora and the distribution of fauna. So you see, with increase in altitude, there is again a decrease in biodiversity. Why? Because conditions are becoming unfavorable. Right? At the same time, one thing which I forgot, apart from the steep slope, apart from less oxygen pressure, apart from high wind velocity, one more very important parameter is that the intensity of light is maximum. And therefore, whenever you go up the mountains, you might have experienced, skin burns due to high intensity of light. So high intensity of light results into photooxidation of the chlorophyll molecules, and hence flora would decrease. The distribution of flora would decrease, or when the flora decreases, obviously fauna would also decrease, and therefore biodiversity would decrease with increase in altitude. Is it clear?